recording. And I will bring Commissioners Court into order. Good morning, everybody. If everyone will please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Commissioner Williams, will you please lead us into prayer?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have given us. Father, be with us as we do the business of Mills County. Guide us and direct us in all our actions. And Father, thank you for the rain you have bestowed upon the county. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Well, good morning, everybody. As Commissioner Williams said, we did have a little rain scattered throughout the county, so a little cooler today. We do have a quorum. And on number 2, review and act on minutes of August 21st, 2023. My apologies. We did not get those into your commissioners' packages. So we will need to table the minutes for next commissioner court meeting.
Make a motion that we table that.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Wright, seconded by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor of tabling the minutes, say aye. Aye. Moving on, number 3, audience with individuals. Joe, I don't guess we have audience with any individuals out here today, so we'll move on to number 4. Consider an act on approving accounts payable. Commissioners, go through your accounts payable.
One thing that I had is evidently, the fire department send in their own bills for get money from the county.
Correct.
Each year and they sent in a bill for $1,500. It's supposed to be $2,000. So
Okay.
my understanding is they're gonna have to send in a separate bill for $500.
Okay.
They only get paid for what they send in for.
Okay, and I reached out to Mullen VFD. I don't know if they've ever gotten theirs. I don't know. I told them we did approve the budget, and I don't know if they've gotten theirs for the fiscal year this year or not.
Yes,
But
yes, they have.
okay,
Well, that's gonna be changed to 0, what you're saying, Dale?
No,
They sent a bill, it said it was $1,500. I don't remember when we upped it to 2,000, but they can only pay what they sent in for. So they're pretty's gonna have to send in another bill for $500 to get
Okay.
that.
it's
okay,
really not a bill, it's a request.
request. Okay. All right, anything else on accounts payables?
I make a motion to approve the accounts payable.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the accounts payables.
Second.
Second's been made by Commissioner Wright. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving accounts payable, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 5, Linebarger attorney, Miss Carrie Pickering. Carrie, good morning. She's here to discuss some proceeds of a sale. Come on over, Miss Pickering. We appreciate the work you and Linebarger's done for Mills County. We've got to know Carrie and her staff very well. So Carrie, over to you.
Thank you, Judge. Thanks for having me, Commissioners, and Judge and other county officials and ex-county officials that are in the audience today. My name is Carrie Pickering. I know all of the commissioners. I believe I'm not sure there's a commissioner yet. So anyway, I'm Carrie. I'm around the lot, as the judge can tell you. We've represented all the tax communities in Mills County for well over 25 years in the collection of delinquent property taxes. And just by way of background, for those not familiar with what we do exercise all of our due diligence to try to reach out to those with delinquent property taxes via mass mailings, phone calls, emails, you name it. My assistant Katie, who the judge knows well, is just the bomb. I mean, she's the greatest assistant ever. And we do everything we can to try to get these folks to pay their taxes before they keep accruing additional penalty and interest. But often, the last resort is filing a lawsuit in district court to enforce collection of delinquent taxes and to foreclose the tax lien that exists on the properties. And occasionally, not very often, because y'all actually have to look at the taxpayers here, but occasionally we do have some folks that will take a judgment against once the case is ready for trial. And then give a last opportunity to pay the taxes, and if they don't pay the taxes, we'll put the property in the public tax sale. I would say we had 1 or 2 maybe tax sales out here per year. And as y'all know, the market everywhere has just been on fire. And every tax sale that we've had over the past 5 or 6 years in all the counties I work in, the properties are sold with what we call excess proceeds. So at the sale, we see an original minimum bid. The minimum bid includes the amount owed in taxes, penalties and interest, court costs, sometimes attorney ad litem fees and abstract fees. And if the property sells for more than that original minimum bid, then the excess, the amount over the original minimum bid, is deposited in the registry of the court, Joy and Sonia's office. And that money stays within the registry of the court for 2 years. Pursuant to the Texas Property Tax Code, any prior owner or lien holder has the right to petition the court for that excess. However, once the 2-year time period expires, if no one has petitioned the court for the excess, then we go back in on behalf of all the taxing entities and request that the judge sign an order distributing those funds back to the entities. So having said that, we have a property that sold back in 2021. I believe it was in May, and as of May of 2023, no one had petitioned the court for the excess. So we did our job, and judge signed an order distributing a total of $17,876.12 back to the entities, and the entities that paid that money were Goldthwaite ISD received $11,619.47, which is huge for them. And then the county's portion of the excess was $5,362.85, and Road and Bridge received $893.80. So I'm here today just to ask the court to accept.
Yes. Yes, commissioners, questions, comments?
Mr. Figuring out, it's related to this issue. So let me say, first of all, I've been dealing with your long time. Here.
Don't say how old you are.
I think you guys have always been one, to do it. I've always recommended before, keeping you guys doing what you do. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
So, and I don't mean to put you on the spot on this, and if you can't answer, don't want to answer, that's fine. But we have some situations where the court has done it in the past and being asked to do it some in the future. With these situations where you grant 100% tax abatement, and then you have this payment of little taxes, that you enter into an agreement with the individual. And I'm concerned that when you do that, basically you're waiving all of your remedies and things that you do to collect taxes like you do to pick up money. Is that a valid concern, or would your law firm even be involved and collect, because they're really not taxes, they're payment in lieu of taxes? Right. Now, what would we do if those people don't pay them? Or don't pay their payment in lieu?
Right, I've never come across a situation like that, but I find out if we handle matters like that, it's my knowledge, we would not be involved.
Well, I'll speak up. I've been in communication with her. We've got a proposed project coming on board and they're going to do a payment in lieu of taxes. But it's a very important question we as a county need to look at and get all the information we can, because County Attorney Hale's made some good comments about that.
Right.
I mean, I'm concerned about like various issues that if it's tax money, then you have good tools for collecting that. But if you claim it's little tax, that's not like contractual fee.
Right.
Rather than suing somebody for damages in the contract, so you collect tax.
Right. I'll be happy to look into it a little bit, Rita. I mean, because it's complicated when you're involved in this thing, without a doubt. And you could argue too, that those types of agreements take money off the table, possibly for sure. I would also like to add one more thing that, as I mentioned, Katie, this does a fantastic job, and every year, by the time July 1st rolls around, which is when the current year's delinquent taxes are rolled over to the law firm for collection. For example, anyone that has delinquent taxes for year 2022, we became eligible to start collecting those on July 1st of this year, 2023. By the time July comes around, we have literally worked that delinquent tax roll down to maybe $1,000. I mean, some years it's like $300. So we really do a great job collecting out here. And I think I have, did I give you a copy? Yeah, I have a report.
Yes.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, not about 4 months ago, you gave us a report.
Okay. So, if y'all ever have any questions about that, we get a lot of questions about deferrals. And, what I do come around May and June of each year is I go through all of my clients' delinquent tax roll and back out deferrals, and if folks that are over 65 and completely defer their taxes until they're done. And then the tax liability with all theirs. And then certain disabilities also are eligible for exemptions. So that does take dollars off the table, but eventually those dollars will roll back on once the current landowners and homeowners pass away. So we have to delete, remove deferrals from the amount that's collectible, any just old business accounts that have not been in business for years. We both likely taking judgments against those, but they're just, the businesses aren't there anymore. It's like we can right out of alternative. Uncollectible businesses and all kind of mobile homes, they're mobile for a reason. They move and they're out of the county and there's really nothing to go after. So I subtract all the accounts that we would consider totally uncollectible. And then what we're left with is, as I mentioned, about $1,000, sometimes less than that, before the new taxes roll over to us in July.
Okay.
If anybody ever wants a copy of the delinquent tax roll, of course, it's public record. I'm happy to provide that to y'all.
Okay.
All right.
And Carrie, I think what we need to have you have the breakdown between the road and bridge and everything for our county treasurer.
I do,
Okay.
and I have it written down here.
She's not here, so,
Okay,
yeah, you may have to run it down there to her.
okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll just, y'all want me to do that after work?
Well, sure. Yeah, I'll be fine. Commissioners, any other questions for Ms. Pickering? Yeah, again, I'll ditto County Attorney Hale's comments. Y'all do a great job. We look forward to keep working with you throughout the years.
Thank you.
And I don't guess we need to do a motion or anything to approve these funds, do we? So thank you for bringing us money.
You're welcome. Somebody to replace you then.
They can't ever be replaced. Yeah.
Are you asking for the job or what?
Yeah, so I'm the neighbor now. I'm still based out of our Austin office, and Katie lives in Brownwood, and she's based out of the Austin office, but I just couldn't handle the riffraff down there. And we bought a house in Lancaster, so I'm right down here from you guys.
A little closer.
And we actually went on the weekend yesterday.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah. Anyway, thank y'all very much.
Well, Carrie, thank you. Appreciate you coming. All right. Have a good day. Okay. Moving on to number 6, this can be considered an act on interlocal agreement with Bell County Indigent Health Services. And via Zoom today, we got Miss Ebony Jackson, Bell County Indigent Healthcare Program Director. Ebony, can you hear me this morning?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You're coming in loud and clear. And we got 2 different items, and we'll do number 6 first. Number 7's acting on optional healthcare services, but the first one is the interlocal agreement with Bell County Indigent Health Services. And in the commissioner's packets, we should have all the information that you've sent to us. So I
Yes,
will
sir.
turn it over to you, Ms. Jackson. Go ahead.
And good morning, Mills County. Thank you so much for having me today. It is a pleasure. We have had a long-term agreement since I've been on board with the Bell County Indigent Healthcare Program, over 20 years. So that kind of tell you my age. For those who don't know, the Indigent Healthcare Program provides medically necessary healthcare benefits to the residents in the county who meet the income, resource, residency, and household criteria. And they cannot be categorically eligible for the Medicaid program. And so it is a responsibility of the county to provide 8% of their general levy funding to fund this indigent healthcare program. And so basically with this year has been, I would say it's been a pretty phenomenal year so far for FY '23. We pretty much only spent about $22,000, approximately 23,000. So if you can look at your source total report, as you can see, the most that you spent, well, let's go back. Most of the customers that are on the program, the participants, are jail inmates. So you have 56 jail inmates that you have provided health care to, which is also a responsibility of the county to provide health care. And you had 3 community residents that applied for the program and they qualified. So like I said, most of your money is going towards your jail inmates. And so with us processing the claims, which we've processed 227 healthcare claims, the majority of the claims where you pay most of your money is dental, prescription, and outpatient hospital care. And so that's where most of your money is going. That's your top 3. With that being said, do we have any questions on the source total report before I move on?
Questions, commissioners? No questions.
Okay, so we're moving right along to the dashboard report. That kind of gives you another sense of clarity as far as where Mills County money is going. And again, it shows the top 3: outpatient, hospital care, prescription, dental, and then your physician services. Of course, if they go to the hospital, they're going to see a physician. So I believe that as far as our department advocating and making sure that the money, Mills County dollars, are being paid effectively and efficiently. For the new customers, we've entered 37 new jail inmates. Your other portion are customers that are kind of rolling over. We've processed 227 bill payment claims. We have 21 worksheets. That's usually what we do as far as ensuring that they meet the criteria. And so we know that with our jail inmates, they do not have access to income or resources. So they automatically qualify. And then if you turn to page 2, you'll see with the jail indigent, you had 54. They're still active jail inmates. 2 of those jail inmates were released. However, Mills County did cover health care for those 2 inmates. So that gives a total of 56 inmates. And then you have 3 residents within the community that qualified for the indigent healthcare program. And with page 3, mostly all of those appointment schedules, we don't schedule any appointments with Mills County. So does anyone have any questions on the dashboard report for Mills County?
Questions?
No.
None. Go ahead.
Okay, great. And so I want to roll on over to the diagnosis usage, which you will see that on the past reports. Most of your money is going towards dental and hypertension. So you have a lot of people who have high blood pressure and then they have dental issues. And also, that definitely verifies and clarify with the optional service that you approve, the dental care and advanced practice nurse, but we'll get to that when we get to that item. But the top 5 is anxiety disorder, gastroesophageal reflux disease, nicotine dependence, essential hypertension, and unspecified abdominal pain, So do we have any questions about that?
Questions? Go ahead, Ms. Jackson.
Thank you. So I want to roll on into the past 3 fiscal years of how the county reimbursed Bell County. And I didn't send you guys this information, but I wanted to get the number as clear as I could, and I ran the numbers this year. So again, we service 59 people, and according to the agreement, Bell County is reimbursed back $200 per case. So that's this year, if no one gets on the program in the next 2 days or 3 days, Mills County would owe Bell County $11,800. And so for FY 22, it was 12,658, and FY 21, 7,404. And I'll get that information to Jacqueline, to you. I had like a brain, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna make sure I get that information to you, young men. So
Ebony, we've lost you for a second.
I moved.
You're back on now. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's okay.
So again, it's 200 per case. I think that we're doing very well. The customers that are residents, we're referring them to the programs that they may qualify for. We had more people apply. However, we did see that they qualify for other programs, and we work hard to make sure that we connected them where they could set their appointments or somehow get something handled virtually, because a lot of the programs, especially with Texas Health and Human Services, they can apply online. And so we were able to have that number at only 3 where you're serving your residents. Any questions? Okay, great. So moving right along, I would like to bring up, we have had an ongoing situation with Hendrick Brownwood Health. This is very important because we've always had an agreement with them where our jail inmates or our residents could go to Brownwood and get the health care that they need. The situation that is going on is they do not want to sign an agreement or a W-9. Now, if we are providing and having a mutual memorandum of understanding with them, we need to have that on file so that we can verify the taxpayer dollars that are being spent. Okay, and then also we just need to have that on record because they were contracted through a new provider, and we really need some help making this happen. We have been working and striving to get this agreement signed. The assistant director, Mary Gail, she drove down. We were not aware that their administration office was not placed inside of the hospital. So we've been working with Jim Lowry, and Mr. Lowry, he is the director of managed care. He doesn't understand why we need an agreement, and we need that. That helps cover us. It helps to verify the county dollars. We need that W-9 for tax purposes. We just can't break through with them for some reason. I don't know. I've never dealt with it in the last 20 years that I've been with Indigent Healthcare. Most providers, all providers know that if a county or anyone is spending money, that there needs to be an agreement on file. And so I can say that that's the only roadblock that we've been running into for the last, I would say, about 10 months.
Is there anything I can do or we can do to help you out on that?
I think that the best way is maybe we could sit around the table. Maybe we could invite them to a commissioner's court. I'll be more than happy to drive down, and we can help them to understand that we really need this agreement on file. We need our residents and our jail inmates to have access to a hospital that's close by. The next hospital will be Baylor Scott and White, and that's the miles. I mean, if someone is really sick, that is a determination of whether they live or die with that transport. Also, if, something happens in the jail or with residents and, let's say that they need to ride in a helicopter, that's very expensive.
Sure.
Very expensive. So if we could set up a face-to-face or have them come on virtual, and I'll be more than happy to drive down. I think that would be great.
My office is always open, Ms. Jackson, so keep me posted. If we need to have a meeting sometime, let me know.
Okay, I will get with Jacqueline so we can strive to set that up. And I'm really, really passionate in making sure that we have Brownwood Hospital available. We always have. This is the first time I've ran into this situation.
Okay,
So there's other hospitals out there. There's Lampasas, there's Comanche, and there's Hamilton. Are they
Right.
not approved or are they?
Well, we have those hospitals as long as with Bell County, anytime we have a provider agreement on file, Mills County automatically has access to those providers, but we would like a provider that's close by. I think that is financially effective, and also it's good for the customer when they're having like some serious health issues or follow-up care.
Well, Hamilton and Comanche are just as close to Brownwood.
Oh, I didn't know. Pardon me.
They're within 10 miles difference, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, that's me not knowing the area. So you said Brownwood and,
Hamilton and Comanche's right within.
he said Hamilton and Comanche. They're
okay,
both about 35 miles away.
okay, 35 miles.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll reach out to Hamilton County and Comanche. I think we have an agreement on file with Hamilton County. We may need to get it updated because it's been a
Okay.
while. So I'll do
Okay.
that and follow up with you.
There is another thing. It's not Brownwood Regional anymore. It's Hendricks.
Hendricks, yes, sir. Absolutely correct. So I can follow up with Hamilton to get a agreement updated, and then Comanche. We do have one on file, but I can follow up just to let them know if they are going to be our designated provider, so that they will know, hey, we're going to be sending more of our inmates and our residents to your facility.
Okay,
Okay, any questions?
questions, commissioners?
No. So
Were you ready to go to the next one? Ebony, we need to motion to approve the interlocal agreement with Bell County before we move on. Are you ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the interlocal agreement with Bell County Indigent Health Services.
second,
The second's been made by Commissioner Wright. Is that right?
Is that in here?
It's,
Number 6.
well, it's number C, talking about the actual agreement. It's probably in our red package.
I don't have it.
We pass that red folder down to me. Let's see. hang on.
Gentlemen, my understanding is that the interlocal agreement, we haven't had it in the packet before, because Ebony, doesn't it go ahead and just,
Yes, it's ongoing. It's ongoing
Yes.
until the county wants to pull out.
Okay, but we still got to approve it, so we don't have the actual form, as you heard what she said. So we got a motion by me, a second by Commissioner Wright. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the interlocal agreement with Bell County Indigent Health, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Ms. Jackson will go down number 7, consider an act on optional healthcare services notification.
Okay, young man. So Commissioners Court, with the optional healthcare services, those are services that you vote on. You could either approve them or not. In the past, you have approved for the advanced practice nurse and also dental care. The advantages of the advanced practice nurse, there are times when maybe a patient needs to go into the hospital, and the advanced practice nurse, they can do a little more and take the place of the physician, which is a lot cheaper. So if they're doing like the blood pressure, they can do immunizations. There's a particular job task that they can do, and it's a lot cheaper than the physician walking in. And so that's why you guys approve that. And so with the dental care, as you know, that's one of your top 3. And so I would recommend to keep those 2 treatments available on the optional health, and any other optional health that may be needed by a patient, an inmate, or a resident, it will be according to the necessity of the medical service at that time. And so with that being said, what we do is we get a letter of necessity from the doctor stating what they need and why. And then we get a CPT code, which we pay at a Medicaid rate, which is a very, very small amount than the regular as far as what the providers will receive for payment. I would recommend that we keep it exactly the way we have it from the past couple of years, and then we just go from there.
Okay, and commissioners, you see the previous form I signed September the 8th of 2022. And as Ms. Jackson stated, keep everything going as is what you recommend, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions, discussion? Do I hear a motion on this optional healthcare services?
I'll make a motion that we approve the optional healthcare services notifications by adding the provider of advanced practice nurse and dental care, the same as it was in 2022.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Williams. I hear a second. Second's been made by Commissioner Rod. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the optional healthcare services notification, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ms. Jackson, we've approved both of these. You did a great job. Thank you. And
Thank
keep
you
me
so
posted
much.
on future meetings, okay?
I will. Thank you so much. And I wish you guys all the best. Contact me anytime. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you for serving our residents in Mill County.
Well, and thank you for looking after us. Come see us.
No problem. I will. Thank you.
All right, have a good day, Ms. Jackson. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on, number 8. Consider an act on notice to consolidate polling precincts for the November the 7th, 2023 election. Commissioners, in your package, there's a form that says notice for consolidated precinct. And I'll read this short sentence paragraph. It says notice is hereby given to the registered voters of precinct 11 that this precinct has been consolidated with precinct 9. Voting in the November 7th, 2023 special election will be conducted at the First United Methodist Church Family Life Center in Goldthwaite.
And the back of it is precinct 2.
And the back of it, I didn't want to miss that one. What's that?
It's not United Methodist. I was gonna say that, but it's not United Methodist Church anymore.
Yes, we'll make a change there. Global Life Methodist Church. And on the back, you also see notice is hereby given to registered voters for precinct 4 that this precinct has been consolidated with precinct 2, voting for November 7th, 2023 special election. And this will take place at the Goldthwaite Housing Authority on East Front Street in Goldthwaite. So if we approve these, I will sign both of these. So I will make a motion that we approve both of these polling precincts from November 7th, 2023 election.
Second.
Motion's been made by me, second by Commissioner Wright. Any other discussion? All those in favor of consolidating the polling precinct, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, number 9. Consider an act on the new EMS building. Mr. Guy Burns, anything we need to, we talked about this quite a bit the last month or so.
Yeah, we're current installation phase, it's a lot better. And I'm gonna contact this guy with the floor, the ceiling. And see if I can get the proposal on ceiling that day. Bring it to the commission for it. Give you all some options on that.
And I know that we got a proposed walkthrough to the commissioner sometime. When are we looking at next week or?
I'm gonna find out this week.
Okay,
I was out all last week, so.
sure. One thing I will add, we've been discussing about what to do with the west side. I talked to Commissioner Rod about possible, we're getting some asphalt millings that I know we're gonna do some of that road. I don't know if it's in the commissioner's interest to try to do that on the whole west side. We talked about doing a concrete on the west side.
A lot of expense in that concrete, what we spent already on the back side of it, if we use that milling, we can put it 4 inches thick or whatever else and.
I don't think it'll stay. I think it'll roll because those ambulances are so heavy. And they got such a short turning radius to go in.
Which
But I
way
mean, for temporary, yes, but I think it'll end up
Do we have the money to spend? for
I don't
that?
know. We haven't seen the final numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My concern about all of it is.
I hate to put it down and
Yeah.
then turn around and rip it right back up and.
Well, we'll
put
keep,
the cement down, but, as soon as, in my opinion, as soon as Carlos Reyes gives us
At least.
the go to get it, we can start hauling that up there and get that, at least the street done. So,
It's a go.
okay, well, I
I
had.
talked to them last week and I was gonna make that in my presentation this morning, but it's a go. I don't know how much we're gonna put on the road. So we have plenty out there to haul. But while we were hauling, I felt like we could go ahead and knock that other down and I don't know, I guess, Robert, it's in your precinct, and you can tell us, I guess.
Well, I mean, this might make no difference, I mean, we could, but we do need to level out that back part,
Yes.
but, in the middle, I mean, we're gonna do the road, I already said, I figured to use my section anyway, to do the road, but I mean, if we're gonna take it out. Everybody, that's fine, but
well, we keep discussing whether the concrete or what, I don't know what's the best solution. Good point you made, Commissioner Williams. I don't know if that would,
I think we gotta wait till we find
Yeah.
out what our
I
final
agree.
money is there
Yes.
on that aspect of it,
Yes,
but I think we could go ahead and haul the material to do the road right now, so. If we
Okay.
wanted to, before everybody started digging it up. So,
Yeah. I think that'd be a good idea.
Who's gonna be over the project, the haul material, and is it Robert, you, or Dale, or?
It doesn't matter, it doesn't,
So they get it done.
I just figured if we all got out there in 2 days, we'd have it done. We need a water truck, we need a roller. If we can, if either we rent one or borrow yours from your precinct,
I have
and
a
then,
water truck, I have a roller, I would like to do it.
and then we need at least 3 haul trucks, and then you can be done in a day, and then you need a blader.
Y'all have the haul trucks, do you not? Yeah.
I would look at that thing because when y'all were pushing it up, into, I thought that stuff, but it redissolved some. And it may have to be ground again.
I'm sure it will be, the ground is out there in precinct 1, ready to go. I mean, it's on the truck.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought at first, the way they were milling it, we might put it straight down, but it looks like it's bottom again.
I'm sure we will have to find someone to do.
Well, maybe the rain have settled the dust a little bit out there.
So we can't get no rain, that's for you folks down here.
But anytime they want to do it, if we want to do that, let's go ahead and get it. Kind of now that we have a little money left in our budget to do it.
Is it possible this week to do the asphalt milling part? No, probably.
I don't
No.
think so.
Okay, so it'll be probably next week, the earliest. Yeah, and of course, next week we do have a holiday on Monday too.
The only problem I have is going ahead and putting the melons down on, even on the road. I want the contractor off, through.
Yeah,
well, we
and if we get him through, we'll know exactly how much money we've got.
Guy, go ahead.
we still have made orders. That's the last contract. that we've completed. They're coming up to me some pretty heavy stuff. Then we have to bring some lifts down.
And
I talked to the superintendent about that. He asked if we could hold off on the asphalt until that part.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll keep looking at it.
Also in the EMS, I talked to Sam Bell, he will come up and get those pipes welded in,
Okay.
maybe this week.
Okay, good.
then we have time ready to go.
And, he just said he'd get them welded up and then we'll go from there.
Commissioner Wright,
Yeah, but I figured we just put 2 in them, but that's what everybody else around has done, so.
Commissioner Wright asked a question about pipe.
Do we have them on site?
Yes, they're there on the site, ready for him to go.
Okay. Okay, anything else on EMS? Guy?
All the other things, superintendent said, everything's clear as far as any landscaping that smoothing out or anything around the building that needs to be done. He's fine with that, so. Any work on that west side or the south side.
Okay, and I'll remind the court again, you know this, but we have a tentative completion date now of October the 1st, correct? On or before, so
Yes.
it's gonna be crunch time for September.
I've set it to basic IDIQ that we need to have a completion date, September 15th.
Yeah.
Because, we won't have that last check written. Yeah, September 15th, we're on Friday. The overhead doors is supposed to come in around the 5th of September, and it gives them a whole week to put them in, and a little bit afterwards, get everything cleaned up. So I'm speaking for the 15th of September.
Okay,
We're really close to that.
good deal. All right, anything else, commissioners? Hearing none, we'll go to number 10, commissioners' requests and reports. Commissioner Wright, go ahead.
We had a little rain and we're proud of it. I had a little 2 inches on County Road 410, but it's been really good. And more work going out, repairing some roads that kind of washed out. I have a comment too on the rock crusher. Jason, I don't have any way to unload that rock crusher. It's sitting on the trailer out there. When y'all delivered it to precinct 1, just left it on the trailer. I don't have a truck to even pull up to get it off the trailer to check it out. If we need to replace any teeth on it or anything like that,
And we've already done all that. It's ready to go to wherever y'all want to take it. All you need is a truck, but.
That's true.
But I mean, I don't know what to tell you. There's 2 trucks sitting
Well,
out there.
if you'd unloaded the rock crusher, if you'd unloaded it, we could have driven it somewhere, close enough, even the EMS bill, if we had to. But like it is now.
It's unloaded now this morning.
Oh, you unloaded it?
Yeah, because I needed the haul trailer since you didn't have a
I don't
loader.
have a truck.
No, I meant a loader to unload for us to load that material up.
I have a backhoe out there.
Yeah.
That's all I have. And
Yeah,
that's, but anyway, that's, if you've unloaded it, that's good. We can hop.
It's unloaded. It's already
That's
unloaded.
good. I've been working on County Road 310. We did a lot of work. We probably about 3.5 miles, and I know that I checked it out this morning. We're out working on it. It washed most of it out, so we're out working on it. Our 10 horns out on 423, they've helped up good, not a problem. So, and that's all I have, Judge.
Okay, Commissioner Head.
Oh, we've been hauling County Road 220, we had quite a bit of wind last night, not much rain. I'd go out and move trees last night and everything. But other than that, I mean, we've just been hauling material and trying to work it out. I do have a question. We got this rock crusher counter thing. And I don't understand the rotation change. It used to just be 1, 2, 3, 4 and kept going. Now it's kind of.
Well, that was the 2 that wanted it first, so that's why they went that direction. You just finished it.
I just curious.
I guess Mike wanted it, and then Dale said he let me get it for mine, so I'm done with it, so I put him back on there, so. That's the only reason I did it that way,
Okay.
but we can change it again, it's not set in stone, anybody that needs it can get it during those times.
This is just a tentative, correct?
Correct,
Mm-hmm.
y'all wanted a schedule, y'all asked for a schedule.
Yeah, he asked me about the question and I couldn't answer that since you made the schedule and.
Y'all asked me to do a schedule, so I did a schedule.
Well, we just asked for it to go back on the rotation like it was. So I mean, it's,
Not like it was, y'all said a schedule. That's what y'all said,
rotation.
yeah.
So we're gonna change it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dale, you have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with the way it is. I mean, y'all had y'all's ample time to use it. I don't know that we'll need it whenever we get back.
Yeah, like I say, we hadn't used it in a good while. I mean, we did the millings out here, that's all we.
That would have been, I mean, each precinct's supposed to get it every quarter.
Yeah.
So don't really matter to me, how we do it. But if y'all did that milling, that was in like May or June, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's.
Here we are in August, so you're way ahead of your schedule on getting it. I mean, we hadn't needed it. We've had other stuff. We got behind on road work. And we hadn't ripped up any roads or anything, so when we need it, I'll call for it and make a deal with somebody,
Like I say, I don't have a problem like it is now. It's just that like I say, if I need it, I'll use it in September. If you don't want it, the other commissioners need it, you come get it. I can just holler and
Yeah,
it's available. I don't.
We got plenty of stuff going on.
That's the way I ain't.
The grind.
Okay. All right, anything else, Commissioner Head?
Nope.
Okay, Commissioner Parton.
Did some patch hauling, very leery to haul too much, everything is dusting out extremely bad. Unfortunately, we didn't get no washout.
Yeah.
On our end of the county. So, basically what we're trying to do this week is get our new service truck. Everything moved around and back in operation. Got a pretty hefty haul for a week after next, so. We need to get some of this stuff back going, so we'll be ready to haul. Make it fun, and so, anyway, that's.
What do you mean by going?
I forgot to make a comment.
Yeah, what do you mean by what's back going, what's not going?
We gotta get our bed full off one service truck back on another service truck. Got a good bit of work to do.
I thought you was talking about the haul.
No. So basically, we're just changing some equipment out from one service truck to another, but it's a pretty massive project the way we're doing it.
I got one comment, the KW is in Comanche at Dean Cables right now.
Okay.
Did they say anything or have you heard from them?
I haven't, I was gonna call him today, when I dropped it off Friday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, I didn't see him but I just look at it.
You don't know what's wrong with it, do you know?
Well, around the turbo and everything, we noticed it was starting to blow a little oil, so we went through there and checked all the bands. Some of them were loose, some of them weren't or tight, so we tightened them all up and we tried to make a load with it, and it just kind of lost its power. So I don't know whether I don't know. That's why I took it to him.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioner Parton, anything else?
No.
Okay, Commissioner Williams.
Use rock crusher on 536, 540 and 434. Crushed the material that was hauled out there and then just rolled it in the ditch till we got moisture. This morning, we got trees down all over the precinct, so that's what we're doing. Reworked County Road 434 in several big places between, there's 4 cattle guards on that place, and so we worked in between each one. Again, created a lot of dust. Let's see here, so it wasn't put on the agenda, which I thought it was going to, but the RFPs on that, Gerald was correct. Pat yourself on the back, but surprise. But anyway, changing that RFP up, we would be changing the whole policy. So if we're gonna do something on the RFPs, we'll have to put it on the agenda and let those RFPs declare them dead and then go a different route of whatever the commissioner court wants to do. One recommendation was to go through TIPS. I've reached out to TIPS and they're willing to help us go through that process. Guy has done this process several times, so he could help us if we're not certain on how that works. The other thing that's going to be put on the agenda pretty soon is some of the law changed on the subdivision. And so I'll be getting that all to y'all. It takes over September 1, and that has to do with the law states that you cannot reference any size of the lots, which basically goes back to flag lots. We put in our subdivision 125 foot across the easement across the front. And the way the statutes changing that, you can't require them to be so at different lengths and heights and weights and all that other stuff. So I want to get that to all y'all. Y'all read it, make your questions and stuff, and then we'll have to go back and see if we need to redo that subdivision. But it sounds like it to me. That takes effect September 1.
Are you familiar with anything on that, County Attorney Hale?
I just glanced at it, I think it's even deeper than that. General law now that the county can't do anything that's for subdivision. It's not expressly allowed in state law. So. You're right, it's a problem,
It's a problem.
and I think it's more than just a lot.
Yeah, there's several in our subdivision laws and. I did reach out to a couple of people that were on that committee to begin with, and they all agree that we probably ought to look at it, because it sounds like we're gonna have to change several things, so. Y'all will be receiving that subdivision stuff, and here we go again on the subdivision.
Something to look forward to in September. Okay, anything else, Commissioner Williams?
I think that's it.
Okay,
Before we
yes.
start, the road and bridge, I didn't mention this. I did sell 2 vehicles out of Cowboy auction. They did sell
Good.
the dump truck sold, and also the service wagon I had sold. My understanding, the trailer did not sell. Is that correct?
I don't know. I haven't been contacted.
Yeah, I don't think it sold.
Okay, all right.
Did the vehicles do decent, or did the vehicles do decent?
Yeah, the old truck, it's all pieces, but it brought 3,900. And then the service truck brought 5,500.
Good.
That's what it brought.
There's 2 trailers, and which trailer didn't
The
say
big power truck, I think the one y'all got from the co-op,
we got?
well, the road and bridge.
Yeah.
Road and bridge, and it's not, it hadn't sold, so that's my understanding.
Got it.
So that's on the 2 I have reported.
Okay, anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Moving on, number 11, county judges report. In anticipation of phone calls about the burn ban. The burn ban is still on for Mills County. About half the county didn't get a drop, as Commissioner Parton mentioned. Some parts got good rain. We hope and pray to keep getting rain, but the burn ban, anybody listening, is still on. I'll be out this Thursday. I'm going to the LCRA to meet with a guy named Sergio Garza, an engineer who is familiar with this proposed battery backup group called Valor. I brought this commissioner's court several times, mentioned it. This company is wanting to set up a backup battery system next door to the LCRA substation plant south of 183. And if it goes through, it could be a large capital investment. Now they're wanting to come speak to us in the next month, sometime in September. And this meeting is just kind of get me educated and then bring back to the commissioner's court what all is involved in a battery backup system, which I'm still outside of what they've given us. I really don't know much about it. So we'll keep doing our research and due diligence. But this could be a large capital investment if everything does go through for Mills County. I got announced today that Gwendolyn started her first day of work for a law firm in Dallas, County Attorney Hale. So congratulations, Gwendolyn. And Jet J has turned 21 today. So, and that is all I've got to report. Oh, next week, of course, is Labor Day. This upcoming weekend will be closed Monday, the courthouse. And that's all I got for the judge's report. And number 12, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Second made by Commissioner Wright,